step in. Here's our turkey Vulture. And he's doing pretty well. It's okay, kiddo. As you can see, he's very wild. He had a broken wing, but it's coming. It's healing up. So there's his food. Yes, I know. Hiss. Okay, turkey Vulture.
Can I just slide the camera in there?
Just step in. What do we want to do?
Okay. I'll just stay right here. That's okay.
You can hear that turkey Vulture hissing at us. They like to hiss a lot. And he's coming along. He has a broken wing. And so this is our... And we'll go ahead and give him a quail to start with as well. Yes, how you doing, pretty boy? Oh, I know. You're just so vicious. You're just such a vicious little... Here we go. Put this up here for him. He's been doing a good job. He's been eating very, very well. Okay. There you go. He still doesn't fly quite well enough, but he's getting there. Isn't he a pretty little thing? People think they're ugly. They're really not. They really are beautiful birds. They are tremendously interesting. They're extremely valuable to our ecosystem. And so we really, turkey vultures are just amazing. We love to see them in the wild. Yeah, you can go up there. There's your food. Yes, hiss. Such a cute kid.
Sorry to intrude, Guy. Yeah, he doesn't like me staying here.
Peregrine. Got some mice for you today, kiddo. Our little peregrine right there is actually doing very well. There you go. Its wing is healed up as much as it can. It's missing part of the wing. It'll never fly again. But it's healing up well. This great horned owl came in yesterday. And she was caught in a barbed wire fence and very, very badly stuck, and we had to actually cut her out. And so there's no broken bones, a lot of flesh damage. We've healed her. We patched her up the best we can. Now it's just a matter of time to see how it heals. So that's our great horned owl. She's been able to stand up and move around, and she's been pulling her own food. And so we're very excited about her progress. How you doing, pretty baby? There you are. Now she's going to be a little more of a fight because she is moving better. But we'll see how she does. Just don't worry about the door, Sue. Just leave it open? Yeah, she's not going to go anywhere. How you doing, baby? Are you willing to fight with me now a little bit? Yes, you are. Okay. Here we go. We got her. There's my girl. There's my girl. How you doing? I'm sure doing better. Even willing to try to run away from me. What a good girl. And so, here's our little one. Now this is the eagle that was hit by a car, had the severe concussion, and has some neurological problems. And I know, Belle, you get to go play. I know, you don't want to play with another bird. We get to go play in a little while. And so this is our new little friend. You okay? I don't know why you're down there. Anyway, I've got to let her kind of move around a little bit on her own. She's got a little more room to walk here. There you go, sweetie. There you go. It's okay. It's not girl. And again, compliments of Belle the Harris Hawk. This is a jackrabbit Belle caught. And so this will be her meal for the day. You know, she's still got problems, but she's coming. And so I'm hoping in the next month or so that she will have recovered enough that we can release her back to the wild. So she's feeling better. She's a little more stressed, and that's just because she's feeling better, and she's willing to argue with me a little bit more, and she's been feeding herself, and these are all great signs. So we'll go ahead and get out of her way, and don't trip over stuff, Sue, please. This is actually one of the best prairie falcons I've ever had as far as her personality goes. She really is a very sweet animal. Many years ago, I had a female prairie falcon just like this one. Again, the females are a third larger than the males. I had a female prairie falcon just like this one, and she was the worst bird I've ever worked. She was such a terrible animal to work with. I named her Horrible because she was horrible. Horrible was so aggressive. The only way you get Horrible to eat was I'd have food right here in the glove for her. I'd have to pinch her toes so she thought the food was biting her, and then she would attack the food viciously. Otherwise, the only thing she would do is look me square in the eye and scream at the top of her lungs. She was horrible. Horrible was so aggressive that I would take her out on the desert, all of this would come off, and she would fly thousands of feet in the sky, watching me to see when I was going to flush a duck, a pheasant, or a pigeon for her. Well, one day she was up 1,000, 2,000 feet in the sky, and a golden eagle flew out across the desert about 100 feet off the ground. Horrible rolled over and went into her death stoop. She hit that golden eagle at 200 miles an hour in the head and knocked the eagle unconscious.
Did it survive?
Yes. She killed a red-tailed hawk more than twice her size. If there was another bird within 20 miles, she would either kill it or she would drive it out of the valley. She was horrible. Well, I got Horrible raised. I got Horrible flying. I got her physically fit. I got her hunting. I got her back in the wild. And I was so glad when she was gone. She was horrible. The next year I ended up with a little male falcon I was working with. And the male was doing very, very well. And we were just starting its training out on the desert. And part of the training that we do is we have a leather sack with leather wings. It's kind of a leather pigeon. That's their toy. And we teach them to chase that. And so I was out on the desert for the very first time. And we had the little male falcon. We turned the little male falcon loose. He flew off my glove and was circling about 100 feet over my head, waiting for me to bring out his toy. And all of a sudden, I spotted a little tiny pin speck, thousands of feet in the sky. It was a big female falcon. And the big female falcon has just rolled over and started its death stoop. Well, she's going to kill my new little falcon. So I grabbed the toy, threw the toy to the ground. My little falcon flew down, landed on his toy. I dove over the top of him as this big female falcon tries to fly through me to kill him. Well, she deflects off my back, lands about 10 feet away from me, looks me square in the eye, and screams at the top of her lungs. It was horrible. And it was horrible. Horrible recognizes my truck. And for 3 years, every time I go out on the desert to exercise either one of my birds or one of my rescues, I would have to bring a sacrificial pigeon for the falcon goddess. because within 5 minutes of showing up out on the desert, Horrible would be right there. And I'd throw one of my really good 500-mile racing homing pigeons, and she'd chase that pigeon out of the valley. And then I could exercise my birds. Well, the good news is Horrible has moved to the next valley over. She's been raising babies now for about 10 years.
Wow.
She's a really good mom. So the process that I've just described to you works really, really well unless the bird is horrible.